Hello, welcome back to episode 2 of Weston World. I'm here today at our new home, the State Netball Centre, and I'm going to interview one of our newest recruits, Kiera Austin. Let's go find her. I'm going to try in here. Kiera? Oh, locked, not in there. Not in there either. She looks like she'd know. Let's ask her. Hello. Have you seen Kiera Austin? You have. Where would she be? Oh, okay, she's on the show court. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, Kiera Austin, welcome to Weston's World. Thanks for coming in.
I'm very excited to be here. I'm in your world.
We're actually sitting on the show court, which is where Team Girls Cup was played, and you didn't play in that tournament, but you finally made your official return to Suncorp Super Netball this weekend. How did you feel?
It was a really big build-up into the week. And the emotions of round one, the emotions of playing again, obviously seeing Sammy Wallace go down the day before, and it felt very reflective of my injury last year. But I think once I got out there and was starting to run around a little bit, I was just excited, and to have all the support of you girls, it was really nice. So definitely excited to keep playing and building and working my way back into a higher intensity.
Talk to us about your knee, like last year, what was it like? Sitting on the sidelines, do you have a nickname for it? Just when you're talking about it, sometimes it's better to talk about things in third person, right?
No, last year was really hard. When you're kind of in the team environment but not actually playing, you sit awkwardly in the change room, you sit awkwardly on the bench, you're not really sure what your role is. So last year was certainly really hard, but it was nice to, I guess, be on the bench but actually know that you did have a role to play and you could go out there and help your team. But I do have a nickname, not for the knee, but for the swelling. So it's called Petunia. And I don't want to offend anyone with called Petunia, but it was just a name that my sister and I came up with that sounded like a really annoying and kind of funny name.
And do you know what's stuck around? Well, it stuck around for a little bit and then it faded away, was my very popular segment, Weston's Word of the Week.
Do you have one for me?
Well, I do, and I'm curious as to whether, obviously, not this whole thing will not be purely talking about Petunia or your knee, but the word of this week is genuflect.
Okay.
Semi-religious, I guess, in a way, but probably a bit related to rehab. What do you think it means?
Is it when you...
You're gonna have to you don't have to demonstrate.
I think that's what it is. When you're in church and before you enter a pew, you would make the sign of the cross and kneel.
It's the bending down on one knee, which
okay.
I know, like when you're trying to get back after having surgery, being able to straighten and bend your knee is a big thing.
Yes, very big thing.
Your netball career took quite a drastic turn last year or the year before when you made your Diamonds debut. I guess in my experience, that was probably one of the highlights of my career. Was that probably one of the most special moments that you've had playing to date?
Yeah, I'd have to say so. It's something that I didn't ever think I'd probably have the opportunity to do, and I know going into that experience, we were down a few players from injury, and it felt like a very young group, and it really was a great experience to just go out there and get a feel for what international netball is like, because you watch it and you're like, oh, pass that ball there, or blah blah blah, but when you actually get on the court at that intensity and stuff, it's so much different.
So I guess away from the court, is there anything you like to do with your spare time? Not that we've had a lot of it this pre-season, but there's surely been little windows where you've had time to yourself.
I guess as a hobby, I like to sew, but I'm not very good at it. I've got a sewing machine and a few fabrics. I'm terrible at it. Don't get me to make you anything.
No, I want a t-shirt or something.
I did textiles in year 10, and it was just, I don't think of myself as a very creative person, so the fact that I was actually semi-decent at it, I was like, okay, I can stick to this and, alter some jeans and stuff, so
okay.
That's about it. Don't get carried away.
Can you add extra length to jeans or undo hems? Like that's a skill I would be interested in.
Yeah, undoing hems is okay, but it's really time consuming. It's tiring. Undoing hems is like the worst part.
Do you have any heroes or role models you like to sort of look up to?
I think growing up, obviously I love my dad, like I love both my parents. He's like my biggest supporter in netball. He always checks in, always, you know, he's not someone that has a lot of words, but so when he reaches out and has like an actual conversation with me, I'm like, oh yeah, he's putting the effort in. But yeah, he's probably my biggest like supporter in a quiet way.
All right, well, let's jump down on the court and we're going to do a little bit of shooting. I'm going to show you some of my best defensive efforts, and then we're going to do some quick fire questions. Okay, Kim, it's quick fire time. I want to hear your most honest and quickest thoughts. Okay, let's go. Goal attack or goal shooter?
Goal attack.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
I'm winter. Book or movie?
Movie.
Savory or sweet?
Sweet.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Easily. Vixens or giants?
Vixens.
Okay, that's it. Thank you for coming on Weston's World. I have one more task before I let you leave. You're gonna have to shoot over the world's best defense.
Oh my gosh.
Me.
Okay.
Is there anything in particular that's going to throw you off? Actually, don't say that. I don't want to give anything away from our opposition. Okay.
I love it when they don't have hands.
All right, we're free to go.